Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. We're going to be going through our get up to speed with V23, the top 10-ish reasons to upgrade to V23. V23 is our latest BricsCAD version, 23.2, I should say. And it's an exciting version. There's a lot of new features in this product. And we've actually built out a lot of new features from the prior versions, which we're going to be going through. So V20, the Get Up to Speed promo that we have currently going on right now is a once in a lifetime type of scenario. We don't think that we'll see this promo ever again, but it's really geared towards people who have earlier versions and they could take advantage of getting updated to the latest version and enjoy all those benefits of V23 at a greatly reduced price. We're going to have further details about that promo at the very end of the presentation today, where you can learn more about how to get this and get additional information. Some rules of engagement. We're going to be muting everybody during the show, but you will be able to ask questions via our Q&A, or you can use the chat messages area as we go through this. And like I said, we're going to be discussing how to upgrade to the latest version at the very end. So hold the questions for that, and we can do that. We are recording this, and we can distribute this to our partners and the end users upon request. So you can simply email at the very end. Okay, who are we going to be dealing with today? Well, you have me. Sorry to hear that. I'm Scott Pember. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm in sales. And I'm going to be hosting with the wonderful Julie Kavarian, who's going to be out in Florida, and she's going to be running through the top 10-ish reasons for upgrading to V23. And the person that's answering the questions in our chat and in the Q&A area is Lisa Casey, and we also have Dean, who's available, is going to be there as a technical resources as well. So with that said, we've got a full slate of things that we're going to be doing here today. But one thing that I wanted to mention, for those that don't have BricsCAD, I promise I'm only going to do this for one slide. We just wanted to kind of run through a little bit about BricsCAD. One slide. BricsCAD is the next generation DWG CAD solution, delivering a lot of value without compromise. Anything that you're doing with your DWG editor right now, you can do with BricsCAD, and it's all familiar. All of your list routines, your APIs for the third-party tools that you currently use, you can use with BricsCAD. It's leveraging all of our AI and machine learning tools, and it's optimized for people that are doing a lot of redundant tasks. But its most important feature is that it's got really flexible licensing, catered to what you're doing right now. And all of this at half the cost. Now, Julie, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and take the screen from me, and we can jump right in. I would like to announce Julie Kavarian. She's been with Bricsys for several years, and she knows the product inside and out. She's going to run through this, and it's a great presentation.
Okay, Scott, you need to stop sharing before I can share. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Now you should see my screen. Is that ever, Scott, can you let me know? I think it's all good. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. Thank you, Louisa. So welcome to the top 10-ish reasons to upgrade to BricsCAD 23.2. Couple of things before we jump in is that we will be focusing today on BricsCAD Pro, and specifically some of the newer and improved tools and commands. And the order of the top 10-ish reasons is not in any particular order of importance. And then just a friendly reminder that we do have people to answer your questions while I'm doing the presentation. If you'd kindly post your questions on the Q&A tab, then we'll be able to answer them right now during the presentation. Now, many of you have been using BricsCAD for probably years, and you may still be using what we consider an older version. Now, there have been many, many improvements since version 17, as you can see on this innovation slide. And you might be wondering, though, do all of these improvements plus the current promotion justify the cost of an upgrade? We think so, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But for those of you using those earlier versions, say 17, 18, or 19, maybe 20, or for those of you that are not yet using BricsCAD, you may not recognize all of the tools shown, like the Quad and the Drawing Explorer, Blockify, Copy Guided, Move Guided. Unfortunately, we're not really covering those tools today. Instead, we're focusing on some of the more recent improvements. And one last slide before we get going is a poll. So I'm going to open the poll, and you should now see the poll. We just want to know, are you currently using BricsCAD? Are you a BricsCAD user? Yes or no. So please go ahead and choose the correct or your correct answer, and we'll let that go for a little while. All right, polls are still coming in. So let's give another few seconds for the results. So if you see that poll, all right, I think everyone's voted. So I'm going to close that poll. All right, so now let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so before we dive right in, though, let me just take a few seconds for some of you that are on the older versions or those of you that are not yet using BricsCAD to introduce you to the Quad and rollover tips. So the BricsCAD Quad cursor is an AI-based tool palette in a heads-up display that sits right at your cursor. It predicts the command you'll likely need next based on the way you use BricsCAD. And depending upon the type of entity that's highlighted or selected, you'll be presented with different tools. Now, there's also a related tool to the Quad called rollover tips. And rollover tips display property information about that entity. So it's also an editing tool. So it's a quick way to make a change. Now, both the Quad and the rollover tips increase your productivity by keeping your focus on the screen. And that means you don't have to launch a command from the ribbon, the toolbar, or even from the panels. Okay, so let's get started. Reason number one, the tips panel. Now, the tips panel was updated in 23 to provide in-product help and command guidance. So choose a topic that's relevant to you. The new to V23 lists just a few of the new features in this release. Click Learn More to see an animated example of information on how the command works. And when the tips panel is left open,
Julie, I believe that you're still showing the poll that's up there.
Oh, you're kidding. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. I wanted to come jumping in there.
That's you're not okay. Good. All right. Let's hold on here. Let's try that again.
1 minute, folks.
Technical difficulties, as always. Okay.
No. We can't blame it on the technical people.
Go. All right.
This is just one of those things, the wrong button that get up there.
Okay.
You're all good.
Look at.
So I'm glad. Thank you for the participants of the poll, by the way. That was very telling. It's very informative. and we're going to get the slides back up right now, and here it comes.
There we go. Okay, well, I'm going to start talking all over again.
Yeah, you were only like 35 seconds into it, so don't worry about it. We got it.
Okay, so before we get into the main presentation, what I want to show you now, as well as tell, is a little bit about the quad and the rollover tips. So you may not be familiar with the quad. It's an AI-based tool palette in a heads-up display right at your cursor. And it predicts that those commands that you'll likely need next based on how you've been using BricsCAD. So depending upon the type of entity that you select or even just highlight, it will provide you with different tools. Now there's another tool, as we know, that's related to the quad, and that's called rollover tips. Rollover tips display property information about the entity. So it's also an editing tool, which makes it a very quick way to make some changes. Now, both the quad and the rollover tips increase your productivity by keeping your focus up on the screen. And that eliminates the need to launch a command from the command line, the ribbon, the toolbar, or even panels. So let's get into the meat of this, with reason number one being the tips panel. So as you heard a few seconds ago, the tips panel was updated in V23 to provide in-product help and command guidance. So once you've got that tips panel open, choose a topic that's relevant to you. In the new to V23, it will list some of the new features in this release. Clicking on the Learn More, you'll see an animated example and information on how that command works. Leaving the tips panel open then will give you updates based on the command that's launched. So many of the BricsCAD commands do display in the tips panel, but not all. And the improved tips panel, it just makes BricsCAD easier to learn and easier to use because it's providing these animations and information right on the screen. So you can see here, it's showing us copy guided. So it just gives you the right information at the right time. Reason number two is a bit of an updated user interface that makes it faster and easier to configure the UI the way you want it. So from the interface settings, choose the ribbon layout, choose your darker light themes, panel system options, status bar, command line, and menu bar options from a single location. This is also where the new ribbon layout can be enabled, and notice the new look. It's cleaner. Now it's still in development, this new ribbon, so there could possibly be some inconsistencies, but I do encourage you to take it for a test drive. One thing that's very new is this search bar. So you can search for a command and only the matching results are highlighted. So you'll never have to wonder where to find a command on the new ribbon. And that's reason number two to upgrade. Have you ever had a drawing that has entities way out in outer space? How those entities get there will remain one of the great mysteries in the CAD universe. But BricsCAD provides an intelligent and easy way to find and deal with those mysterious entities with the Find Outliers command. This green transparent area represents the valid area of the drawing, which you determine. You can choose individual outliers or groups of outliers to inspect. Decide what to do with each of those outliers, so you can move them to the valid area or simply delete them. With BricsCAD 23.2, it's never been easier to manage those drawing bits in the far reaches of your drawing universe. Reason number four, no matter what CAD software program is used, drawings get messy, sluggish, and bloated with duplicate lines, blocks, and other entities. Now, you may already be familiar with some of these tools like Audit, which can repair drawing issues, or the Purge command to purge those duplicate layers and line types, etc. And we just saw reason number three, Find Outliers, to rid your drawings of those far-flung entities. But have you ever thought, wouldn't it be nice to combine these individual commands into a single command? Yeah, we had that same thought, and that's why we created the Drawing Health tool. It can combine the functionality of these individual commands, all managed through a single dialog. Run one of the predefined routines or create your own combination of tasks. If you want it done and done fast, use express mode. If you want full control of the routine, use interactive mode to pick and choose which entities to modify. Drawing Health saves you time with reusable routines to keep your drawings healthy, and share those routines with your colleagues for a consistent approach for maintaining drawing health. Also, a written report of all the actions performed is available. Drawing Health also works on your 3D models. So if you're curious as to the health of a drawing, use simulation mode. This previews the changes that could be made with the Drawing Health routines without making those modifications yet. So think of it as read-only mode. And remember, removing all the duplicates, styles, blocks, etc. from a drawing is going to reduce drawing size, which is another boost to your productivity. So I'm thinking, though, that Drawing Health should count as more than a single reason to upgrade. Well, you asked for it, and the Bricsys dev team delivered the much requested lasso selection tool. The lasso selection option provides for more precise selection of entities, and press the space bar to switch between window mode, crossing mode, and fence modes. The lasso option is available when that Pick Auto Bitcode 4 is enabled. If it's not enabled, the lasso option is not visible. Do you use Express tools? Well, here is some good news. Express tools are now automatically installed with BricsCAD. Yep, that's right. Right out of the box. Or actually, I guess I should say right from the download. And that's a single download, not two. Time saved right from the download, and that's reason number 5 to upgrade. Reason number 6 is because, as Scott mentioned, our current upgrade promotion is the absolute best price ever in history. So what are you waiting for? It really doesn't get any better than this.
Best price ever.
Do you ever need to geographically locate a drawing and display an accurate map of it? If yes, then this is reason number 7 to upgrade, by using the geolocation to apply the longitude and latitude to a point in the drawing. In this case, the location is São Paulo, Brazil. Then you link to Microsoft Bing Map with a Maps key, choose the aerial, road, or hybrid map style, and select an area of the online map to be captured and embedded into the drawing. And now you have a map of the drawing location against the backdrop of Earth. Moving on to reason number 8 is because we now include new and improved civil tools with a civil workspace. These include tools for creating and editing tin surfaces and volumes, gradings, civil points, alignments, and corridors for preliminary civil design. And the Civil Explorer panel offers an intuitive, streamlined, and user-friendly interface to help you complete your design tasks with fewer clicks and less hassle. Do you need to create a tin surface from a point cloud? Well, that's reason number 9. This attached point cloud contains over 6.4 million points, and they can be used to create a tin surface. Tin surfaces can also be created from other entities like points and polylines, text files, even civil 3D files. Now, we don't need all of those points to create the tin surface, so BricsCAD can filter some of them out for better performance. But don't worry, you have control over those filters, and if needed, points can be added back to the tin surface. Quickly turn off the display of the point cloud with the Point Cloud Manager panel, because we don't need to see that any longer. And when you need to view and edit the tin surface data, click in the lower half of the Civil Explorer. Remember, Civil Explorer was reason number 8. Here you can view the source data of how the tin surface was built by step or by component, or view the statistics, the number of points and triangles, for example. Now, the area around this road is a little thin and could use more data. Remember, editing's done in the Civil Explorer as well. And I said points could be added back to the tin surface. So there's no need to reprocess the entire surface. Instead, densify the area here of the road and only rebuild that area of the tin surface by adding in those additional points. And now we see the results with the updated road with a lot more data. Okay, that was a lot of information. So reason number 10 was the Point Cloud Manager panel, which makes it easier to control visibility of point clouds now. And yes, this presentation is titled the top 10-ish reasons to upgrade, but we couldn't stop at just 10. So reason number 11 was the ease of editing with the Civil Explorer panel. One-stop creation and editing for those civil entities. How easy is that? But wait, there's more. Reason number 12, modeling within the tin. The single DWG-based platform in BricsCAD means that moving from 2D to 3D is simple. Let's go back to our roadway in the tin surface created from the point cloud. You can see that the earth is steep right next to the road, especially after the area was densified, which was reason 11, editing those tins. So some type of retaining wall is needed. Now, the intuitive 3D modeling tools in BricsCAD Pro can be used to model right within the tin surface or within a point cloud for that matter. A few clicks is all that's required to create a conceptual design for the retaining wall. Now, of course, full engineering will still need to be done. But if you have BricsCAD Lite and you've been thinking about moving from 2D to 3D, now is a great time to upgrade to BricsCAD Pro and 23.2. There's still more though. Let's talk just a little bit about BricsCAD Mechanical. In general, we've simplified the creation and editing of mechanical symbols. And it's possible to edit more symbols and dimensions from those drawings from that other CAD program. Also, the Power Dim tool is also new. It intelligently creates the right dimension for the selected geometry, including fits and tolerances, making dimensioning your drawing views effortless. Of course, there are improvements to the BIM tools as well. Remember reason number 1, the tips panel? Let's take a look and see where some of those new BIM tools are. And with top view mode and the story bar, designing in 3D with a 2D feel, it's like you're modeling in plan view. While in top view mode, you can use familiar modeling tools, but also be sure to check out the new Quick Wall. It streamlines the creation of interior wall layouts along the current UCS. So you can draw walls parallel to existing walls, extend existing walls, or draw new freestanding walls. Okay. So clearly you can see that there are way more than 10 reasons to upgrade to BricsCAD 23.2. And you probably noticed a theme with those reasons, right? And that theme was productivity. With BricsCAD, with these new and improved tools that help you create better, more accurate drawings in less time with less clicks, and all of that makes you more productive because BricsCAD is the next generation of DWG-based CAD solution that delivers the highest value without compromise. Okay, so are you ready to upgrade to BricsCAD 23.2? How do you do that? Well, it's quite easy. There are several different ways that you can start that process. First of all, contact your Bricsys partner. They can get you upgraded, no problem. Or send us an email at contact.na@bricsys.com. That's contact North America, contact.na@bricsys.com. Or give us a call at 833-Bricsys. That's 833-274-2797. Yes, we still believe in phone calls, so we answer the phone here. Now.
Hey, Julie?
Yes.
Was there a slide that had that information? I think we're looking at your video part right there.
Oh, yes. Okay. For some reason, my display is not cooperating. All
So,
right.
folks, there are a lot of reasons to be jumping into Bricsys in the latest versions here. She's only touched on a fraction.
All right. Let's do.
We can run through the.
Yep. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah?
Yep. So let me go back here. Here is the contact information.
Perfect.
Contact.na@bricsys.com. And the phone number is 833-Bricsys, which I also
folks,
believe.
If you're dealing with a partner right now, please reach out to those partners. Yes. They can help you out with getting this very quick, efficient, and it is once in a millennium. I'm telling you, I don't think that we'll ever see this happen again, and it goes until the end of June. So in effect, you're paying just back year's maintenance and then the current year's maintenance, and you're not paying any of the upgrade fees that are going along with that, which sum up to be quite a big number if you've got earlier versions. So take a look at the pricing ask your partner. They can get you the pricing, or you can contact us at one of these, the email or the 833 number. And I think that you would be able to speak to one of our representatives, and they will be able to direct you in the right direction and get you the information that you need. Great deal that's coming out. I would take advantage of it. As I said, it won't happen again. Julie, I'm sorry, I jumped in.
No, absolutely. Were there any questions that we need to answer as a group?
I think we have a question from Derek King. Is there an introductory price for new users? Contact the number and we will get you an introductory price if you participated in this event. Good question for the new user. I like that question. Any other questions that are out there?
And of course, if you want more information on specifics of what we've shown, contact your Bricsys partner. They can help you with that information, or you can contact us as well if you need more information on what's in 23.2.
Yes. You did a tremendous job there, Julie. I wanted to thank you for doing that. I know that there was a ton of information you covered there, and I know that there's a ton of information that we could have jumped into, but what you covered is great, and it's a tribute to our continual improvements to this product and how rapidly we've improved upon it. So please convey that to our development team as well.
Yes, the development team is great. Very nimble.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, Luke Michelle, thank you. That was a great comment. Yep. How to get a copy of the presentation. You can reach out to Robert. You can reach out to me if you would like, and that's scott.pember@hexagon.com, or you could use one of these that are up on the screen right now, and we can help get a copy of the presentation over to you. Any other questions that are out there? If there's no other questions, Julie, you did a great job. Thank you. Oh,
one more.
How many of these options are in light? That's a good question. How many of these are in light? Julie, I don't know the answer to that question.
So actually quite a few of them are. The ones that are not are going to be those that are related to 3D. So the point clouds, you will not have the ability to create point clouds in light. You cannot do any of the 3D modeling, but the tips panel is on all versions. Lasso is in all versions. Find outliers is in all versions. Drawing health is, of course, with drawing health though, you won't be able to do anything in 3D. Express tools, of course, are there. The civil tools are not. I believe those, because those need a lot of 3D information. So I gotta, that's a good question. We gotta check on that one.
Yeah, we do. And when I saw that, I said, that's a good question. That was when we were doing the dry runs. We didn't go through that question, so that's a good question.
And of course,
Question of the day
mechanical
right there.
and the BIM, of course, are not in light, but the majority of them are.
And we can get you some further details on that one. And just ping us at that email. We can actually get you those details. Yeah. Ralph, please contact the numbers that are up there, and we can work with you and getting you the introductory price. Where can we get further training? Good question again, Joseph. Great question. If you go to Bricsys.com, there are some essential tools that are up there for getting started. If you wish to do that,
also,
Julie, you might have additional
partners. Some of your partners do offer training. So
yes,
also reach out to them. Other than the tips panel, which kind of gives a little bit of a preview, there are also training videos from the help site as well as on the start page on the learning tab, there are some drawings that contain information on the interface and some of the more unique tools to BricsCAD. Yes. And YouTube. We have a YouTube channel that I think just in the last month, I don't know how many new videos have been uploaded. So there's quite a few of the videos up on our Bricsys YouTube channel. And Anna Maria just posted a link to the lessons. It's the lessons.bricsys.com. Thank you, Anna Maria.
Thank you, Anna Maria. And Sylvia had a question, Julie. Is it possible to do geological modeling in 3D?
I'm not exactly sure what she means by geological modeling. Can you add a little bit more information, Sylvia, to the chat? Or does anyone else in Bricsys have an idea on geological modeling? I don't want to guess.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Dean has just said that, of course, yes, we were correct. There are no civil tools in light. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean. Okay, we usually do using Leapfrog Pero. The license is very expensive. I'll have to look at, I'm not familiar with Leapfrog. I will have to look at that. And Sylvia, Scott, let's make a note to get back to
I've got it already written down. Yep.
You stumped us.
You stumped us. That's right.
Must be terrain point cloud volume calculation. Well, with the tin surfaces, we do have some basic cut and fill volume calculations that can be done. So there is definitely some cut and fill that can be done. And that is on the tin surface. I do not believe it's on the point cloud, but you can use the point cloud to create the tin surface.
Good questions here. Very good questions.
Who else has a question?
Must be creating a mesh. Julie, are you seeing?
Must be terrain point cloud volume creation, calculation, creating mesh. A mesh for the terrain. I need to look at that because there are some places that we do create the mesh. Basically the terrain, you can edit the boundaries as well as the triangles. I believe you can convert it to a mesh, but we'll have to double check that as well.
I've got that added to the parking lot items of questions.
Thank you.
Not a problem. And we've got the questions and the users, so we're good there. So Ulysses, we will get back with you on your question. As with Sylvia, I've got those locked down. You'll get some additional information by the end of the day, for sure.
Yep.
Any other questions? Any other questions at all? Feel free.
Yes, Dean said we can create volume surfaces. Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Dean.
Do we offer a student version? Yes,
Yes.
we do. I'll let Scott talk to that.
Simply go to our website, and you can apply as a student to get a copy of our product, a full version, and you could have it by the end of the day if you show the proper identification and information that goes along with that. So simply go to Bricsys.com and run a search on student. How to I'm a student, and you can get a copy for yourself very quickly. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that.
Can we access the recording
of the session? We will have that available, Ryan. I've got that. I've got your name right here, and we can get that out. Out to you
as soon as we can. It takes a few hours for the program to process the video, so we will get it out shortly.
Louisa is saying yes, we can. Okay, that's good. She's got that one. Any other questions at all? Great questions. It's a great group so far. Thank you so much for asking these great questions. It really is a great tool. The advancement has been tremendous. And I've been doing software for many, many years. I have not seen this kind of rapid expansion of functionality in a single product in a very, very long time. So it's a very exciting team that we work with, and it's a very exciting product. So I'm glad that you are here. And I think, Julie, since there's no other questions, I think we can wrap this up.
Okay.
And we can get to answering some of these questions and get to getting the recording out to our partners and our friends here. So with that said, I want to thank everybody. Thank you very much for taking the time today. And in respect to your time, I want to give you back that time. I hope you have a great day, and make sure that you get upgraded to V23. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.